Welcome to the Airgun Show. This week I'm going to be taking a look at the awesome Hawke Frontier rifle scope. But before that, we're joining Rich Saunders as he targets rabbits by day and by night.
Now I'm back down on the fruit farm again today. It's a permission that I control the pests on all year round, or at least try to. Now normally I shoot from my truck at night with night vision gear. Get lots of rabbits that way, but it's not particularly challenging. But I thought today, it's a lovely sunny day. It's a bit cold, but I thought it's a lovely sunny day. I'll come down and have a walk about for the last couple of hours of daylight and see what comes along. Now I've got a Wolverine R with me. It's a day state rifle, 22 caliber, 12 foot-pound rifle. Side lever action, regulated, very accurate as well. And on top of that is an MTC Cobra F1 scope. It's a 4-16 by 50 first focal plane scope, and that, as ever, is held on with a set of Sports Match scope mounts. So that's the plan. Just have a little gentle walk around, see if I can't see a rabbit or two, and then later on this evening I get the night vision gear out and carry on into dark. Well, I've been walking around these hedgerows for the last God knows how long. Haven't seen a thing, to be honest. Well, I've seen one or two rabbits in the distance, but they've been far too clever for me. I haven't even got near them. So what I think I'm going to do for the last, I don't know, hour or so is just pick a nice comfortable corner somewhere, sit down and hope I can ambush a rabbit or two. Well, I've got myself tucked into a nice little spot here in the corner of the field by the polytunnels. Got some good cover behind me, and I've got a good view of a long hedge line down here where usually I get a few rabbits, so with a bit of luck one or two will oblige this evening.
Ambushing rabbits can be a test of patience, and Rich's is being tested to the limits here. Finally though, it looks like his efforts could be rewarded.
Well, that was a bit of a wait. I don't mind telling you, I've been sat here for probably, I don't know, best part of an hour, and was starting to think nothing was going to come out. Then one eventually popped out the hedgerow. I lasered him at about 27 metres, cracked him right in the nut, and he's gone down nice and clean, leapt into the bushes a little bit. But I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get that one, head back to the truck, set my night vision gear up, and then shoot on into dark.
The rabbits here are definitely quite nocturnal in their habits, and it doesn't take Rich long to catch up with one.
Well, that was a good start. That one was really close, only about 20 odd metres I'd imagine. I didn't even bother lasering him. Saw him with the thermal, absolute godsend for this kind of shooting. Bit of an expense, but you know, can't beat them. And the trigger sticks are really helpful as well. That one went down really hard, which is not a surprise because I'm using a 35 foot-pound 2.2 caliber Day State Delta Wolf, so it really packs a punch and gives me a little bit more range at night. And on top of that, I've got a Pard NV008 LRF. Well, these polytunnels can be a blessing and a curse. They're really good to stalk around with at night, but sometimes you kind of come across the rabbits all of a sudden. That one was about 30 yards away, another nice close one. Again, I didn't bother to laser him, just had to move around a little piece of string or plant or something hanging down, but popped him off with a nice clean headshot again. Well, there's loads of rabbits on this permission. Obviously they eat the fruit and the grass around here, but they also damage the irrigation pipes. I've just seen a load of rabbits coming out of one of the tunnels about 100 yards down there. They seem to congregate in little groups, so I'm going to have a little stalk down there, see if there's a few more in there still. Well, that one was about 28 metres away, and I thought he was a bit edgy. He ran off a little bit, but fortunately he stopped again at about 30 metres and I was able to drop him. There's a big long line of polytunnels down here. I've just seen loads of rabbits, probably, I don't know, 150 metres away. So I'm going to a slow walk down here, see if I can get a bit closer.
Rich is shooting with the support of sticks tonight. It makes a huge difference when it comes to holding a steady aim.
Well, that was amazing. I probably walked up about, I don't know, 50, 60 metres of tunnels here, and there seemed to be a rabbit in just about every single one. The thing with these polytunnels is they do a really good job of confusing the noise, and sometimes the rabbits are not quite sure where the noise is coming from, and they just kind of freeze when you hear the first shot. I think that's what happened there, and I think I shot 4, yeah, in about 50 or 60 yards, so plenty more to bag up. That's good, that was a double. As I came down, I could see two rabbits in quite a bare part of the field there, and one of them was stood up looking away from me, trying to get a shot at the back of its head, but I faffed around too much and it moved. So I shot the left-hand rabbit, he went down nice and clean, and the other one kind of jigged around a little bit, then came back again, and I got him too. That was a nice straightforward one. He was looking right at me and moved actually towards me, I don't know, 20-30 yards away, and got him right between the eyes. I think I'm going to call it a night now. Time's getting on. I'm going to go back in the truck and go and collect all those bags of rabbits. Thanks for watching.
Rich Saunders there proving just how effective it can be to get back out after dark if your permissions are proving tough by day. Next up, I'm taking a close look at the Hawke Frontier rifle scope. I have long been a fan of the Hawke Frontier scope range. Now, I actually put one on my old Daystate Mark IV about 12 years ago, and it's still on there now. Now, this is the current model in 3-15 by 44 SF guys. Now, it has a retail price of £459, and that buys you a seriously good optic. This model is second focal plane and has a 1-inch monotube chassis made from high-grade aluminium. Now, it's 335mm long and tips the scales at about 580 grams, so it sits very comfortably on airguns of pretty much all sizes. This scope is covered by Hawke's no-fault lifetime warranty. It's nitrogen purged, fog-proof, waterproof and shock-proof rated for all calibers. It's a lovely looking scope with the clean lines that most of us associate with Hawke, and build quality looks flawless. This scope features high-grade, low-dispersion crown glass. Consequently, the sight picture is very sharp right to the edges, and it's also remarkably bright. Now, the lenses have been given a special coating with no less than 21 layers, and performance is further boosted by Hawke's latest H7 optics. As the name suggests, this model has a 44mm objective lens, and it certainly transmits plenty of light. Now, in my opinion, the zoom range of 3 to 15 times is just about perfect for general airgun use. On the lower settings, you've got a nice wide field of view, which is great for close range work, and then at the higher end, you've got that precision magnification for long range hunting. The zoom dial is very positive and turns smoothly with just the right amount of torque to prevent any unintentional adjustment. Now, the notched finish makes it nice and grippy, but you can even add the supplied removable throw lever if you want a super secure purchase, even with gloved hands. Moving on to the turrets, and these are Hawke's excellent exposed turrets which lift up to adjust and snap back down to lock. Now, adjustment on both the windage and elevation is 1/10 MRAD per click, and the full adjustment range for each one is 21 MRAD. Now, these turrets are resettable and most importantly turn with very positive clicks. A really nice feature on this model is Hawke's patented zero lock and stop elevation turret. Now, you set this by removing the outer cap after zeroing and then setting the zero stop ring inside. Now, with that set, you can then use the elevation turret to dial in for long range targets and always be assured of an exact return to your set zero when you wind back down. This scope features Hawke's MilPro 10x reticle, which features accurate mil spacings at 10x magnification and also has 1/2 mil markers. Now, I really like it. And while it has plenty of aim points to enable you to compensate for wind drift and gravity, it isn't too busy to hamper fast target acquisition. The reticle can even be illuminated red, and this function is operated via the outer dial on the left-hand turret, which enables you to select between 6 different levels of brightness. Now, it's a really handy feature, and being able to illuminate that reticle just gives you more contrast against dark targets or in low light conditions. The inner dial on the left-hand turret is the side parallax wheel, which brings the target into sharp focus and dials out parallax error from just 9 meters out to infinity. Now, it's clearly marked and easy to turn, and being able to wind it down for really close range work makes it perfect for airgun shooting. Other features include a locking fast focus eye bell, and you get some really handy extras, including an extended sunshade. The battery for the illuminated reticle comes supplied, as does a lens cloth and tools for setting up the zero lock, and you even get a set of high quality metal flip up lens covers. So that's the Hawke Frontier SF 3-15 by 44mm Pro. It is a seriously good scope with excellent optical performance and an impressive field of view. Now, it boasts some really handy features, but there are no silly gimmicks. It is simply a quality piece of kit. Now, I think it is a great scope for serious airgun shooters, and if the older model that I can't bear to part with is anything to go by, it should give years of excellent service in the field and on the range. I'm afraid that's all we've got time for in this week's episode, but as ever, we'll be back again in a fortnight. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And if you aren't already a member of the BASC, have a look at their website and check out the benefits that you could be taking advantage of through Airgun membership.
Look out for the new and improved Airgun Shooter magazine, packed full of technique, gear and insight from some of the best shooters in the industry. Brand new look and free video content. Pick up your copy today in stores or online.